National House of Chiefs, big platform. We are not saying all mining should be stopped forever. I'm very disappointed to hear a president of the House of Chiefs oversimplify our argument and choose the launching of a Minerals Commission office in the Western North region to basically misdirect the Galamsey conversation. It's pathetic that we make a lot of money from Galamsey, and therefore those of us who are saying that Galamsey should be banned, we should be careful. Really? When the House of Chiefs themselves have written in the past that you read for me,
that he signed,
I would have thought that on an occasion like this, you would say
he signed it.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, he signed that communique.
That you get it, and God bless the media for not over highlighting it. It's so sad that whilst one chief is refusing a bribe
on his deathbed.
You see, for me, sometimes people miss the significance of how powerful what they say is. TUC went to meet the ministerial committee and said, we are not interested in long conversation. Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences, Sky, in December last year, they presented a 16-page dossier. Sky, the Ghana Academy has probably, before you get into that academy,
some of the finest brains.
You don't even have to be, so it's not like you can be a professor. To get into the academy, you have proved, you work with academics. So if you're a fellow of the Ghana Academy of Arts and Sciences, we have agreed as scientists that you are at the top of your game.
Yes.
They issued a 16-page letter. I read some of it on air and explained Galamsey from beginning to end, and they propose things to be done. You ignore all of that and you come up with in a speech and say we should be careful. You know, sometimes in Ghana we say when you have power it means you have knowledge. But that's not the way it is. It's the other way around. It's knowledge that gives you power. In Ghana, you can have researchers do a lot of work. This professor, Friar I interviewed, his dissertation was the best for the University of Niagara. Somebody can be made a minister after 3 years working for a political party and can come and make a statement that overrides all that research because he has political power. A society that doesn't value knowledge above position is doomed to fail. We don't and see, when you are given position, you must not. The reason we study to come and sit here is that we may not get this chance forever. If you come on air, you must research. So if you have a chance to speak to the nation, you don't just say anything. And whatever you say, it may be true, but what are the implications? What impression does it send? So it may be true. We are not saying mining should stop forever. But Sky, Medical Association have released information about the effect of the chemicals in these waters on people's babies, on people's kidneys, on people's lives. We haven't paused. We are saying pause and rethink. Then you choose a big platform like this to say we are misguided. So the academy is misguided, the doctors are misguided, the nurses are misguided, the TUC is misguided, the Catholic bishops are misguided, all of us are misguided. How? Okay, so what's the weight of evidence? Okay, so let's assume you are misguided. What did you present to show us that you are misguided? Where is the body of knowledge? I've given you a 16-page dossier of the academy. Where is the... But you see, this is the tragedy. Because you have a mic and somebody will write what you say without scrutinizing it. You can just say it and it becomes the big story for the day. And then people who will not think deeply will accept that and say, oh, by the way, this person has said this. A society doesn't advance like that. Let's put the best ideas for it. Put forth your arguments. We have put forth, I have over 50 press statements, and all of them come up with 4 conclusions. State of emergency, moratorium, LI 2464, a roadmap to salvage our water bodies. That's what they all say. When you distill all the press statements, they are saying it's gotten to a cataclysmic. The Ghana Water Company, Ghana Water Company, Ghana Water Company say we are not able to process raw water. Doctors are saying children are being born deformed. The video evidence of water pollution is there for all to see. Then you choose a platform to launch a Minerals Commission office to say something that completely tries to divert attention from the core issues. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. What I will say, I believe the academy. I believe the doctors. I believe the religious leaders. I believe those who have put their lives on the line to report on this for months, if not for years. I will believe them. And we thank God for the platform we have. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We will not shrink. The government has to do the right thing. The government has to make a decision. We will not allow them to obfuscate the issues. There's no window dressing. This is a fight we have to stand up for. They cannot say they haven't heard us, because they know our children's future. The chief was offered 250,000 cedis. He said, if I take that money, what happens to my children's future? Somebody has planted cocoa for 30 years, a rubber plantation that takes 8 years to fruit, and you spend 30 minutes to destroy it because you want money. Meanwhile, the research even shows that the employment you create from Galamsey doesn't last for more than a year. The poverty reduction is worse after Galamsey occurs. Environmental degradation is worse after Galamsey occurs. There's evidence. So we are not even speaking. He says the sole factor theory for Galamsey is false. He says artisanal mining has been transformed from labor-intensive to semi-mechanized industrial mining. The machines have been brought in by urban people and Chinese into Galamsey. This new phenomena affirms the multiple factor cause of Galamsey, which argues that poverty is not the sole driver of Galamsey. So don't tell me that what could the people do? What food do we eat after they are finished? What water will they drink after they are finished? After they get money, how many girls will get pregnant in that community? How many schools will get destroyed? What is the social and the political cost? What are you talking about? Why are we looking for convenient arguments? Because it suits us. That's not why we are here. We will not allow that. Okay. And there's research to prove that the way artisanal mining is being done with these excavators is destroying the country's ecology. And yet, every day, the government is changing the goalpost. Today, they say, well, state of emergency is draconian. Tomorrow, there's a 5-member committee. They want to meet us to talk. Next week, they will say, we are arresting some people in the Marine waters, so we are fighting Galamsey. Next week, they say NDC also did it. Every week, there's a new thing. The most important thing to do is to announce a moratorium. That's what you have to do. And the organized labor will stand with, and they say, if by 30th you don't do it, all of us will join. Because for once, Ghanaians must stand up for what is right and damn the consequences. We cannot, you see, there are things you can avoid. Every day you avoid it. A day comes when you have to face it. Look in the mirror and say, we have to deal with this issue.